Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to Circle City. Hope you guys are having a good day. Today we're going to be heading back outside to hopefully finish up our water project out there. So yesterday I spent about 2 to 3 hours just cutting down mangrove trees. I was hoping to get this project done yesterday, but after spending that much time cutting down mangrove trees, I didn't really get the chance to collect all my stuff because my brain was just kind of uh, done. Oh man, I'm sure. I mean, mangrove trees, ugh, have just got to be like the worst and most tedious things to cut down in Minecraft. Um, and even after all that time, I didn't even collect like a full 3 stacks. It was like 2 stacks and like 51 or whatever. Anyway, so mind numbing. And generally, like, I enjoy tedious things. But, oh, I forgot. I need some more things. Um, but the amount of work that you have to go through for such a little yield of wood is just like absolutely ridiculous. So, anyway, so let me gather up the rest of the things that we are going to need before we go outside. Hopefully, I can kind of remember everything. We're not going to be using that many blocks, to tell you the truth. And the other good thing is that I cut these down like way up on the top of Circle City. And so I was able to get some traders to spawn up there. And I did end up getting a little bit of rooted dirt and some dripstone leaves as well. Would have been nice to be able to use some of this outside, but you know, 10 blocks isn't really going to be enough to do what we want to do. So we need to craft up just a little bit of stuff. We are going to craft up some coarse dirt. And then we are also going to make some of these muddy mangrove roots. Which I am really glad that we are able to craft those. I wasn't sure if you could actually craft those or if you just had to find them like naturally. If we had to find them naturally, I would not be doing this right now. Let's see, what else? I got some leaf litter burning. I think I want to grab about 4 stacks of those starting out. And if I have to come back in for more food, I can do that later. So time of day is, we're looking fine. So let's go out here and check out this mess. I suppose I neglected to change this into grass, but that's okay. I can get that part later. So just to catch you up on what I've been doing out here, because I've been kind of going back and forth on this and just kind of messing around with it in the in-betweens when I was bored. So what I'm doing is I'm going to make a river that comes all the way through here. Run, all the way down. And connects back into this body of water here. And I haven't completely, like these flat areas, this is where the water is going to run. And I haven't dug out, you know, the river entirely. I just put down, you know, kind of the markers of where I want it to be. So before I add all the water in, I just want to spruce up some places a little bit. So the first thing that I would like to do is to create some muddy banks just along the sides of the river. Not all the way down, not in every single place, but just here and there. And to do that, we're going to use some interesting block choices, which is a pod soil, and brown wool, which might sound, you know, quite horrible. But I need to find the places where I would like to put this stuff, where it would kind of make sense to have kind of a muddy bank going on. So I think starting here would be fine. So let me just start slapping some of this down. I think of how I want to just kind of process this in here. So if I put clear pod soil, maybe like that. Like I said, it doesn't really matter which order we put these in. Then every now and then we'll add like a little path block. And the one thing that I want to make sure of is that we're not doing like path blocks connecting to each other, because if you do like another one next to this, it'll change the color of this path block and make it a lot lighter. And I don't really want to have to deal with that. So I think maybe a guy here. And then you can see how it's gonna look when the water is up next to it, because right here, you know, looks like garbage. But anyway, so it's not really the best looking sort of thing right now, but this leaf litter makes the magic happen. So if we come in and we put leaf litter over our pod soil and our wool, and we don't even have to put it all the way around the pod soil, just like in certain places. Of course, over top of the wool, we have to do the whole thing or else it just looks weird. But that's going to kind of make it look a little bit dirtier and a little kind of muddier. Did I leave my scaffolding? Yeah, let's go up a little bit so you can get like a better view of that. And then, of course, like I said, when we load in the water, it's going to look a whole lot better. And I can fill this in. It's something that I'm just going to have to play around with a little bit. So I am going to try to find the places where I would like to have this effect. Like I said, I'm not going to go all the way around the whole thing because I just think that'll look weird. But just in certain places. So I'm going to get on that and mess around. And then I'll run you down and show you where all I put it. Alright, so I got all of that in, I mean, just as much as I want to do at this point. After I put the water in and I see how everything is looking, I can always come back and add more. I didn't really, I mean, I tried to pick places where I thought that maybe the water would be bending more. But for the most part, everything is just kind of like random. So next up, we're going to address this stone bit here and over there as well. Because after lots of thoughts, I was thinking of doing, you know, like the basic stone sort of gradient where you just start mixing all sorts of stones together. So like your regular stone, your cobblestone, your andesite. And I decided I didn't really want to leave that just stone. I would like it to be dirtier. So instead of doing like stone variations, we're gonna try to make it to stay more dirt-like, but just use some different variant blocks on that. So what I decided to use was the muddy mangrove roots, our mangrove log, which I will probably have to turn into wood blocks for the corners, and coarse dirt and regular dirt. And so while I was putting in the muddy banks, I went ahead and just replaced the bottom block here, going around with dirt, just to make that a little bit easier later. So let's just kind of start here-ish. I don't know why I feel so hesitant to just start this, but anyway, let's just knock out some things. And I want these to go, I'm gonna need, this guy. Want these to kind of go sideways. And then we're going to kind of soften up this with the mangrove wood. Okay, that's... I want to make sure that I place these down. We are going to throw in some coarse dirt. And kind of around that. And then from there, we'll just fill in the rest of that with like regular dirt. So that kind of gives you the base idea of what we're going for. Of course, I can still play around a lot with this. As far as a, let's put like a wood here. And then a course above that. Yeah, that's a bit better. And then I can always, yeah, I think that would be good to do there. Sorry, just like thinking as I'm going here. A little bit of scaffolding. I need to get rid of that path block. That's going to irritate me in my sink. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I like that a lot. So it gives like, so it gives it like kind of a gradient, but it definitely makes it look a lot better than just, you know, having stone. Yeah, I'm totally loving that. So let me get rolling on filling the rest of this in. So I think I got that looking kind of how I want it to look for now. So I got all of our little gradients in, going all the way down. This part, it kind of bugs me a little bit. But I think maybe that's just a case of me being a little bit overly critical. But I'm not sure. If it continues to bug me, I can always come back and, you know, revisit that and change it up a bit. This part, this is going to be where our water is going to be flowing down. So I went ahead and just did that all dark on the back, except for up there, which I think it's going to be okay. And then I kind of moved the blocks around. The sun is going down already. Blah, blah. So I kind of moved the blocks around a little bit. So hopefully that when we do add the water, it'll, you know, flow down the way that we want and not go sideways and be weird on us. So hopefully that'll work out. This part wasn't quite as steep as I thought it was, so I just did like a little bit there. And then everything that was stone I just filled in with dirt. I could probably do like a little something right there, but meh. I don't think it matters right now. I think what matters right now is that I get this river and dug out so that we can put water in here. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it probably only like 3 deep. And so I'm just going to dig out and then put dirt in, because I don't really see the point in putting a bunch of variations under the water, because all we really need is just a bone meal underwater, and that'll give it some vegetation and growth in there and make it look like it's, you know, been there a while. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I am going to dig out all this stone till I get the river to the depth that we want it. And first off, I really need to clean up my inventory because it's a hot mess. So let me go do that, and then when I am done with that, we will come back and start dunking in some water. Okay, so one thing I just found out that I don't like so much about the leaf litter is the sound that it makes when something walks across it. Because I'm down here just clearing this out. One of those llamas walked across it, and I thought it was a creeper behind me. I about had a heart attack. Oh my gosh. Anyway. Well, hooray, hooray, hooray. Finally got all this all dug out, and it's time to start adding our water. Hopefully this goes well. I might have to go back and get some kelp if I'm having problems with it filling in, but we are going to start from the bottom and work our way up, and then we'll remove these the walls that are here holding these guys together. So let me just start dunking and see what happens. One spot. Open. That we can kind of get this going in a direction where, like, this part is just going to fill in itself. Yeah. That's working good. Okay, so this is going to take some time, so I am going to just keep working on this. And then I will come back maybe when we start doing the second layer of water to see how that's going to fill in for us, because I'm not really quite sure if it's going to be nice or not nice. So layer 1 went in, got that all done. Now this is going to be the part that I know is going to be rough. So let's start here, since this is only 2 deep. Because I have a feeling I am absolutely gonna have to go and get kelp for a lot of this, which is gonna, you know, make things kind of a lot not fun later on, but at least now I will know if this will kind of start to flow across or not. Oh, it kind of does. So this might not be as bad as I am anticipating. Oh, that's lovely. And since this is going so well, I think the third layer isn't going to be any problem either. Yeah, so much happiness. We can go ahead and break down this wall. So let's go ahead and do that. And everything should just, you know, come back together and make source blocks here. Maybe I should have started at the bottom. I don't know if that'll matter so much. But I wonder if I break out that other wall, if that means that the drowned are going to start coming down and bugging me. So maybe I'll leave that wall up for now. Air. But yeah, cool. Alright. So let me keep going on this. And then I will come back when I've got all the water in. And unless there's some place where it starts to go weird. Then I'll come back and show it to you. But I think, I mean, judging from what just happened there, I think we're going to be okay. Okay, so that went really well. I just need to break down this last barrier here. So, we already have fishies. Hooray. That's great. Anyway, so now that I have all of the water in, I kind of see a lot of areas where I do want to come back in and extend like our little muddy banks, because with the water in, they're looking a bit too sparse, I suppose would be the word. The other thing that I don't really like is where I added our variants. I just put dirt under it, not thinking that yeah, water doesn't cover that entire block. So that's another one where I'm probably gonna have to come back in and add, you know, just go underneath those. Next up, we just have to dunk our waterfall down. So I don't remember, like, up there how far over I came with the water. And so let's just get up there and we'll take a look. Is this it? Yeah, this is the spot. So looks like I wanted, oh, I left quite a bit undone up here. That's annoying. Well, that's alright. Yeah, for some reason I thought I'd brought it down and left maybe like 5 blocks or something overrunning there. But I probably just left off because I wanted to make absolutely sure of where I wanted my water to fall down at. So let's take a few minutes to fill this up. Yeah. Sometimes I think that the sun is going down when it isn't, and then I get all paranoid. This guy. Come here. Get. I'm gonna have to see what it starts to do when it gets to that little spot there. I might have to put a little block in somewhere here to get it to come down here. because I'm not really interested in making this too deep up here. Not at all. Yeah, let me put this here. No, I don't know. Blah, 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 blah. I think I'm getting tired of water right now. I ain't gonna lie. Oh, goodness. It's gonna be alright. Okay. Blah. So, we should go there. Let's see if that fills in. No, not quite. I have to hit. See this block? Come on, don't start going weird on me now. There we are. I think that got it. Yeah. Okay, so almost there. Now I wish that I could somehow have like a camera out there so that I can like dunk this and we could watch it start to descend. Unfortunately, I don't have that tech, so we're gonna have to use our imaginations as we watch it go this way. And then of course we'll go back down to see how it looks from down there. Hopefully it, like I said, like that's not water. I'm not getting tired, not at all. Anyway, can I reach that? No, that'd be dumb. Am I still okay? Have we breached? We have breached. All right, look at that. So it is going down just as I wanted it to, and perfect timing. The sun is going down. I have a few more things to fill in, but with the sun going down, let's just go. Whoa! Splash! Oh gosh, that's so much fun. Love that. Yeah, beautiful. All right, let's go sleep. I am so down with this. I wonder if he's gonna come over. Oh no, he's actually on the ground. Drats, that would have been hilarious. Anyway, I want to get the rest of that water up there solid real quick. And then, like I said, I think I'm running out of steam here to go back and start doing, you know, quick fixes on a bunch of things. So after I get this water in, we're just going to do one more thing with our river. And then I am going to call it a day. Yeah, because this is taking me quite a while. I'm almost... Yeah, I think I'm almost going on like 5 hours now of doing this. So I think... I mean, there are those people that can do this stuff like all day or to like 10 hours straight. I'm not really one of those. I think somewhere around 4 hours is usually about my max before I just start, you know, totally going crazy. So, yeah. So, alright. So this is done. Let me put water back in these. And let's take the quick way down again. Whee! That's so much fun. So let's run back in. We're gonna get another couple of things, and then I'll have to take down the final barriers too, because I didn't do those yet. So I will do that too before I call it a day. I don't know. I'm going to keep an eye on this white horsey because there was one that I tamed that I kicked outside of the walls because it was just like really slow. It was a white one like that. And I didn't know, like, since it was tamed, if it would just like last forever. Wow, that's making a lot of... Or if it would eventually kind of wander off into spawn. It's kind of a lot of noise. I don't think I want you that tall. Okay, that's weird. So let's get rid of that. I don't know why that would go on top like that. But yeah, so just to get some bits in the water here so it doesn't look so stupidly plain. We're just gonna swim down and just bone meal here and there. I still think it's like weird that we get coral. It's really like producing a lot more stuff than I kind of imagined it would. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I mean, look at that. It's like almost every block that it hits is growing a something. I was just hoping for grass. And now I have like a rainbow of coral. So I'll probably end up coming back and taking out some of this just because it's looking a little bit maybe too colorful. I mean, wow. I just have very fertile soil outside of Circle City, I guess. Yeah, hi jerk face. You come in, you just can't wait to get into the new river, can you? Mm-hmm. Plow. Okay. Hi, cow. Let's break down this barrier. Let's get rid of this last barrier. But yeah, I'm super ready to be done with this episode, if you can't tell. Not that I'm not enjoying it and having a great time, I really am, but... Okay, so I do really think that I am done for now. I do think... Let me get an empty hand here so you don't have to stare at a tool the whole time. Yeah, so... Okay, focusing. So even though maybe it doesn't look exactly the way that I want it to quite yet, I think that this is good enough to call done at this point. In the future, I should come back in and do, you know, add our banks, you know, a few more banks, make them a little bit longer, maybe even make them deeper. I don't know about deeper, but just extending them more would definitely make this look a lot better because they're just a little bit too short. And now I still don't want to encompass the entire ring of the river, like on both sides or whatever, because I just think that'll be like too much. But maybe better placements of them would work too. And then of course, like coming back and I do really like the way that this looks. I'm like super happy about this, except for that line. So I probably will come back in and fix that, and then probably remove some of the colorful coral, which might be a good thing for us because I don't really have any coral on hand at all. But anyway, and I do like the fact that we have our little waterfall coming in now. I might add some more blocks up there just because that looks very planned to have that block there. So if I put a few more up here, then that'll make it look not like a tower. And I was kind of worried about just having the muddy roots at the bottom and then leaving the top with dirt, but I think it looks fine. Like, I think that looks fine. I'm gonna pick up my bed. Let's go get, like, the view from up on top. Oh, man. Get up here. Oh, I like that so much. That looks a lot better than I had even hoped that it would. I love seeing that. The way that the water starts kind of up there and curves around and down, and then you can imagine it falling there and into our river. That part looks a little bit too straight right there. I might fix that if I remember to. Let's run around. You know, that's the nice thing about spending many, many hours on something, and then after you finally get it to where you want it, just stepping back and looking at it and seeing what all of your work has accomplished. Oh, those are good feelings. Oh, look at that. Oh, yeah, super cool. But yeah, but I am more than done right now. So I just want to thank you guys for stopping by and thank you for hanging out with me. And I will see you in the next episode. Bye bye.